Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Danielle, and in this video we will cover how to support a student who is struggling with writing. So, what do we know about how to help a student write more and write better? One thing we've seen in decades of classroom testing is that when we give writers information, just straight information with no judgment about what we understand from their writing, they are engaged and they will, number one, write more, and number two, will work harder to use all of their skills to communicate more clearly. Let's get started. So we are going to look at some writing from Boy, Lesson 12. And again, in order to get there, you need to navigate through Gradebook. The prompt is, write one idea that you have about the type of person the matron is after reading this chapter. Describe 2 to 4 details from 2 moments in the chapter to convince your reader of your idea. So, to succeed in answering this prompt, the students are supposed to be able to describe specific details, 2 to 4 details from 2 different moments, in Dahl's writing in order to develop one idea. So, let's take a look at Francisco's writing. Francisco writes, I say that the matron is like Mrs. Pratchett because they both yell at the kids with a loud pitched voice. Also, they both ask the same question, but for different reasons. Like, who put the mouse in the candy jar? I can see that Francisco has an idea. He's trying to compare these two characters of the matron and Mrs. Pratchett, but he does not include details from the 2 moments. Where do I start? So actually, the best place to start is not to point out what Francisco has not done, because he probably knows that he hasn't met expectations. So I'm going to try a different approach. I'm going to help Francisco understand what he has done that is working. I'm going to show Francisco where he started to do these things. I'm going to show him where he started to find the details, when he described them, and when he began to develop an idea. So in order to figure out what kind of person the matron is, Francisco focused on the detail that Mrs. Pratchett had a loud voice. By noticing that detail, he's thinking about the type of character the matron is. They both ask questions, but for different reasons. He doesn't tell me what those reasons are. That might be the idea that he's heading towards. But Francisco has focused on a detail, and he has also started to develop an idea. So, which one should I focus my comment on? I choose the detail. Why? It's easier for Francisco to take in my reaction to something that's concrete. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight the word pitch. And next to his writing, I'm going to comment. I'm going to highlight high-pitched voice, and my comment will say, this specific piece of evidence helps me begin to figure out what kind of person you think the matron is. That word pitch makes me think she's annoying you. Reminds me of nails on a chalkboard. A short comment like that is just what the student can take in. A quick recap. First, I analyzed Francisco's writing and I saw that he was not able to do what was expected of him. Find details, describe them, and develop an idea based on those details. Number 2, I decided to use an approach for struggling writers that calls attention to what Francisco could do and shows him the impact on the reader, me. Number 3, my comment picked out a detail that Francisco noticed and engages with the detail. So, what does Francisco learn from that simple comment? He learns that evidence is supposed to make the reader think, and that he's capable of finding the specific sorts of evidence to do just that. He also learns that I enjoy his writing, and he wants to write more for that sort of reader. We know that in just a day or 2, the Amplify curriculum will give Francisco another chance to practice finding textual details and describing them to develop an idea. And next time, when Francisco writes, he will try hard to write about details in a way that will get just this sort of comment again. And now, he'll do it with an understanding about what he is trying to do. He'll write more fluently and maybe even write enough so that he can express a more fully formed idea. Amplify's curriculum helps every student to make progress with your support. We are here to help you make it work for every one of your students. If you have questions about how to help students make progress, there are additional resources for you on the teacher website, or you can contact your coach for more support. Thank you so much for watching.